All right, let's see. Can you guys see me okay? Let's see. All right, guys, let's see. Much love, Chris. Oh, Cameron, what's up, man? What's up, Cameron? How you been? Put that here. Now the question is how the Wi-Fi will do, because I want to check. You know what? Something tells me when I went inside. All right. Cameron. What's up, Cameron? Let's talk. We ain't talked in a while. We ain't talked in a little bit. What you think, Cameron? Does that look right? Kind of like that, maybe? Give or take. Maybe pull it like that. Thinking about pulling it down maybe some like this. Maybe kind of more like that. Maybe. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe kind of more like that. There we go. Maybe something like that. All right. Thick sticks and quiche. Hey, there you go, baby. Gotta feed the machine, man. Gotta feed the machine. Are you gonna get mad if I eat on camera? Why does it feel like it's kind of twisted? I feel like being twisted, it should be kind of more like this. I feel like that's the better angle. Alrighty, guys. Fish sticks. Fish sticks. Alrighty, guys. Hello. Hello. What am I having? Adam Gandalf. All right. What am I having? Well, I am having some bacon, some eggs, some butter, some drumsticks, and some Angus beef patties. I'm very blessed, guys. I'm very blessed. I know that. I'm extremely blessed. Well, I'm thinking is, based on this view, I kind of feel like it's going to look better if I kind of tilt it angled like that, kind of. Got this. Maybe kind of tilt it angle more like that. Maybe more right through here. Pulling it back through here. Maybe kind of more like that. I'm a real man's man. Well, I don't know about that. I've got one phone over here looking at the camera, and I'm reading you guys over here. What is this? Holy sugar daddy. No sugar daddy, baby. I'll give you some love. I'll give you some love. Yeah, man. I think that's good. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm definitely going to eat during this stream. I just got done training, dude. Guys, guess what? You know what's really cool? We have a guest coming on the stream tomorrow. Cameron, I need you. I need your attention, Cameron. Cameron, you're my managing moderator. I need you. You ready? That's America? Hell yeah, dude. Cameron, can you hear me okay? Can you verify? Guys, if you're in the chat and you're not giving me a thumbs up, well, that's okay, I guess, but you should ask yourself, why didn't I give him a thumbs up? Cameron, tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, there's a guy on Instagram called Glenn. His name is Grindstone. He's the guy that's got long hair. He lives in Belarus. He talks like this. He says, "Welcome to Belarus." And he's 55 and he's shredded. And he's going to come on the stream. I'm going to do an invite collab through YouTube tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's my first time trying to do that. Germany's going down. Whoa, Doll Crater, don't talk about that. Man, I know, man. Yo, what's up, dude? From the Southwestern. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, Germany. Nah, don't give up, Germany. Germany, you have a rich heritage, man. You know, you have a rich heritage. Germans, nah. I know the Islamic and the Muslim community came in and did some bullshit, but stay strong, guys. Europe is cooked, but it's not burnt. It can be salvaged by a good cook. LeBron or Dr. King twerk? Neither. I think Dr. Martin Luther King is probably someone to look at more than LeBron James. Although, in his own element, LeBron James is really successful, but Dr. Martin Luther King was a very charismatic speaker. He really makes you feel something when he speaks. Spoke a lot of sense, but, you know. Albanek Mark, you think so? That's sad. Much love, chat. Much love, chat. Shout out to Cameron Casanova, our managing moderator. Anybody that wants to be a moderator on the channel, go through him. Smith & Wesson all day. Smith & Wesson. What am I eating? Well, I'm eating bacon, eggs, chicken drumsticks that I ripped off the bone and I cooked them in the bacon grease, and then 2 Angus beef patties. So I'm trying to get shredded again this year. I'm getting leaner and leaner. So I'm doing a higher fat, higher protein diet. And I have some carbs from time to time, but not that much. So this lighting actually doesn't show my physique nearly as good as the lighting in the gym. This is a great, yes, guys, CSH is 802. Could the USA take over Canada? Absolutely. Yes, it could. In my prior military, yes, I flew that flag right there in Afghanistan, Operation Enduring Freedom. I flew that flag on the base as the United States was there, taking its oil. I hate to say it, but I think the only reason we were there was for the oil, man. Whatever, it kind of seems like that's why we were there, but anyway. Illegal orders? I don't know, man. It's a tough one. Me, if somebody tells me an order and I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it, even if it fights against the line of duty, because you got to follow orders in the military. You kind of got to conform a little bit, but you can't completely lose your own personal individuality, because it's only the individuality in yourself that separates you from being a robot or a communist. So yes, you want to conform, but you want to have your own independent identity. And if something is told that messes with your moral and ethical compass, it's between you and God. So if you believe in God and you have a moral and ethical compass, but it gets complicated, man. It's always easier said than when it's on the spot. When you're on the spot and shit's going down, it's a lot tougher, man. Does that make sense? What's this channel about? I'm Canadian and I don't respect the trade war. We have helped you guys out through the darkest times. Yeah, that's true, but you also, yeah, Canada, you've always been there to help us out, but the trade war was necessary. The trade war is necessary, not because of the trade war, but because it was making a statement. Yes, you were there for us, but we won the war. You didn't win the war, we did. So we deserve, for putting our front line in World War I and World War II, we deserve that because we won the war. It is what it is, man. I'm a humanitarian at heart. I love people, but in the real world, you got to kind of be a vicious savage to win. It's tough. It's going to make you cry. It's going to make you say, I don't like it. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Yeah, it's principal. Random Florida man. Yeah. Consider it principal or actually interest. But I will say this, Canada has always been a great ally. And um, yeah, Canada's always been a good ally, man. You can't really hate on Canada, but at the end of the day, you know, if you have Mike Tyson in the ring going undefeated and killing everyone around him, right? You know, you want to help Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson's going to get what Mike Tyson wants. Now, I'm comparing that metaphorically, of course. Do I read books? I try to, man. I can't really read too good because my brain like looks at the page and then it just gets fuzzy. That's some form of dyslexia, but I do a lot of audiobooks. And in today's modern world, one of the things that I do is I listen to conversations between intelligent people. I like to hear scholars and highly educated people talk about things, maybe debates. I really enjoy a good debate. I can't watch TV. TV is just so stupid to me. I don't mean it's stupid. I mean, there's a lot of good shows, I guess. Like, probably the best show ever was like Rick and Morty. There's a lot of good symbolism there. But I like listening to smart people talk about things and then taking their 20 years of experience and I like to absorb it in an hour. In a good conversation between two smart intellectual people, you can get 20, 30, 40 years of wisdom in one conversation within an hour. That's a really good way to summarize a lot of things. God saves, cool. Yeah, you got to kind of be an alpha a little bit, I guess, but you also got to show love and respect. 48 Laws of Power, that's a good one. 48 Laws of Power. Well, actually, here's a book you should read. I got a couple of them for you. One, The Semen Retention Manuscript by Ancient Archives. This is a great book. I'll give you one of these. Here's one. The Semen Retention Manuscript. It's basically a book. Thank you, Cameron Casanova. That's why you're my managing moderator. That's why you rock. The Semen Retention Manuscripts kind of talks about how most men who don't have energy or have any self-discipline, retaining your sexual energy is actually really important. That's a good book. I really like that book. Another one. What's another one that's good over here? If you want to learn how to make money in the stock market, this one's pretty good. This one's by William O'Neill, the founder of Investors Business Daily. How to make money in the stock market. This is another good one. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. If you stop masturbating so much, just so you know, you'll have more energy and you'll get more done. The biggest thing that hurts people is release of sexual energy. I'm convinced of that. I actually am doing an experiment on that. So, you know, for what it's worth. So, let's see. Laugh out loud. There's this, there's that, there's this, there's that. Let's see. Alrighty. What's another good book I have over here? This one's kind of cool. It's by Mark J. Cypher. It is The Life and Times and Biography of Nikola Tesla. This is another good book. I've got this one, Nikola Tesla. It's a biography of him. Yeah, Nikola Tesla even said it himself. If you want to keep your brain really sharp, then don't masturbate and don't ejaculate. You can laugh all you want, but I promise you this, if you retain your semen, you will feel a cognitive benefit. Put it this way. You see these keys? I have a lot of keys to things in life. You see these? I have a lot of keys to things in life. And I just gave you a key. That key is going to unlock your mind. Take it for what it's worth, man. Take it for what it's worth. Another good one. Let's see. This is a good one. The Dictionary of Word Origins. I find this one to be good. Read this. The Dictionary of Origin of Words. It kind of tells you the origin of words, like Old English, allege, and just start reading words like bias. Let's just find up a random word. Let's say master. I just pulled a random word, the word master. The Latin word for master chief, which is magister. And in the Navy, we have someone called a master chief, which is an E9. The feminine counterpart of master is mistress, mastiff. There's one they are talking about, masturbate. So the word masturbate, English has two distinct words. Mat, that meaning small carpet, is ultimately Latin origin, but is found through into the West Germanic deduced German matti and Dutch for mat, as well as English mat for meaning dull. Comes from, oh, that's mat. Oh, it says C manual for masturbate. It doesn't even have one in there. That's funny. Pain, punishment. Just understanding where words come from actually makes you a lot smarter than you think. So true, CJ. Spoons. Let's see. Can we read the Quran? I mean, I think you should read the Quran. I think, why would you not? I think you should read the Quran. I think you should read the Bible. I think you should read the Talmud. I think you should read the Old Testament, New Testament. I think you should read everything you get your hands on. Like, here's the thing. If you've never read the Quran or never studied it, or you've never read the Bible and you never studied it, you've never read any text, how do you really know what's in it? Like, so many people just hear what other people say, but they don't study things. You have to kind of like do your own research. If you want to be an educated, informed individual, or find people who have read it and have them teach you. One of the two. Okay, it says, bro, I hate my life. I hate what I do. I really just want to be normal and have a family. Well, let's talk about the last one. Let's talk about that. Why do you hate? Why do you hate your life, man? I want to talk to the lost one because I have a soft spot in my heart. I have empathy for anyone who's in a stage of life, because the fact that you're alive means you're a magnificent miracle in this universe. The odds of you, a sperm and an egg meeting, and you were the chosen one, the odds of that happening are very rare. It's one in hundreds of millions, right? It may even be billions. So the fact that it happened shows that you and yourself are a beautiful creature that's in this cosmos. So you need to find something to do with this chance you've been given, and, you know, find out what it is that you love. So let's talk about that, man. Stinky and smelly. All right. Am I living in a Fort Knott box? Yes. Yes, I am. Help! Help me! I'm stuck in this box and I can't get out. Yes, guys, I live in a box. Yes, I live in a box. Help! How do I get out of this box? Help! 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 Hello! No, dude, this is my man cave. I love bacon and eggs and steak. What's next? What's next? Let's go. We got 28 people in the chat. Everybody. All right, I'm a private contractor. I hate what I do. And I can even go to my country because I'll get in jail. I'm just because Morocco shouldn't join foreign forces or military. All right, brother. Let me ask you this. What is your creative outlet? You may hate what you do, but if that's what you've been conditioned to do and that's your skill set and you don't have another skill set, you need a creative outlet. I recommend music. I like to play piano. So whenever I'm feeling like my mind is in a weird place, I play music. You got to find something that allows you to create something new into the world that you're proud of. Every time you create something that you're proud of into the world, it reinforces neuroplasticity for you to keep going. You got to find something. It can be working out, it can be writing, it can be painting. Hell, it can be working on a truck. It can be working with wood. You can be a carpenter. It can be taking care of animals, but you got to do something that's a creative outlet. That is what's going to give you a purpose in life. And if you can't do it for yourself, then here's the good news. Do it for other people. Find somebody that you want to serve. that you're doing better than and help them succeed. Sometimes you will find your own inner peace by serving others. Even Jesus talked about that. Next question. Hi, Abdullah Olin. Hello. Where do you learn to sit like that? Why do people think it's not very manly? And I think it's I don't really care. I'm sitting like this basically because I'm balancing my plate on my leg. The difference between you guys is you can't really, if you go around when you do something and you're concerned what other people are thinking about you, then you're letting other people affect your life. If somebody wants to say, hey, Chris, you're gay because you sit like that, I'll be like, cool, you're right, I'm gay. Next. So just agree with an idiot. Just agree with an idiot and just move on. Like, don't let what other people say affect you. I know it's easier said than done, but if you're successful and you've actually done stuff in your life, then why would you let someone else's opinion affect your own internal state? Because when someone else's opinion affects your internal state, they have power and control over you. You know what I'm saying? Keep smiling, King. I was about to bust. Awesome, dude. Glad I can help you. Just so you know, I practice semen retention. You'll feel better if you conserve your sexual energy, and you're probably a loser because if all you're doing is masturbating all the time, that is the worst thing that you can do. You have sacred energy inside your body, and you are wasting it. If you're not procreating, retain your seed. That's a Hermetic principle. You ever read the Hermetic Bible? Just so you know. That's another key. You guys got to know. I give you all sorts of keys in these chats. I give you all sorts of keys in these chats. That's a secret key right there. Next question. He's waiting for you now. You should go. Did you lose those antlers yourself? Hello, sir. No, those antlers were carved by a Native American artist. He carved them, and I had a blade. He forged it himself, and then I bought it from him. And basically, it was cool because he was a Cherokee Indian. So he's one of, I forget his name, but he was in Georgia in the state, in Helen. He had a shop, and he has one of the longest lineage of knifing. So I invested in him because I think kind of the Native Americans kind of got fucked over, if you really want to be truthful. So it kind of sucks. But in reprimands, I've decided to invest in some of that stuff because it, it kind of makes me feel better. Would you consider being a guest speaker with this year at SALCON? I don't know what SALCON is, but yeah, for sure. Oh, you have tons of deer around you? Yum, yum, yum. Deers are yummy. Yeah, but then again, the Native Americans also conquered other nations, so it just goes to show you, man. I hate this. I hate it, but that's kind of what people do, man. They divide or they conquer. So, you just have to stay prepared to protect yourself. You always got to be prepared. Semper Fi for all you guys, always prepared. Sorry, guys. Skilled driver, that's what's up. Elena, or Eliam, the lost one. Just how can I go from pulling triggers to normal life? How did you did it? It crazy. I fear a loud bang. Yeah, well, the thing is, man, it took a lot of time, man. Yeah, so I had PTSD for a while. I had a traumatic childhood too, so I had PTSD before I joined the military, and afterwards, I still suffer today from it, man. I don't like to be in a lot of places. I get it. So how do you get over it? You don't. You accept the fact that that's going to be with you for the rest of your life, and you adapt. You adapt and overcome. You try to get better, but the thing that's going to help you the most is finding a creative outlet. You need to find something that reminds you that you are a human being that is capable of love and creativity. Once you find this, okay, my friend, You need to do it as much as you can, because this is going to remind you that you're not the weapon or whatever you were supposed to be. When you were in that role of your life, you evolved beyond that. So now you seek a simple life of peace and find a creative outlet. That is what's going to be what helps you, in my opinion, my friend. Don't give up. You can do it. You can do it. It's easier said than done. A lot of people are going to laugh and say it's not real, but look, it is what it is. And sometimes you also have to get out of your own head. You know what I mean? When you take cologne, do you think being gay, do you think being gay is genetic? I think gay homosexuals is natural, because if you look in the animal kingdom, you see female cows humping female cows. You see homosexuality throughout the animal kingdom. So I think it is kind of natural. I don't really care if someone's gay. I don't really care. Now, if they try to be gay on me, I'll beat the shit out of them. Like if they tried to mount me, I would probably choke them out and, give them a good reminder. But, in my experience, some of the best friends I had, right, that were in my past, people I could rely on, were gay. They always looked good. When I went to their parties, back when I used to party and do recreational drugs, they were the greatest wingman. They always had sexy female friends, and hell yeah, I let them know I ain't gay. Maybe he is. And realistically, a lot of times I think men pretend to be gay to separate themselves from the pack so they can get to the women alone. A lot of times I think smart men do that. Right? They, oh, I'm just so gay. I'm just going to hang around. Let me just squeeze your titties. Oh, it's so cute. Like, that's a really genius thing to do when you think about it. That's what psychopaths do. But I know there's real gay people too, but I used to know a dude who would just pretend to be gay so he could get all the sexy females numbers and stuff, and he was really effective at it. So just consider that. Anyways, what's next in the chat? Humans or animals, we evolved from monkeys. I don't know, maybe we did. Feels like evolution's true. I think evolution's true. I think we can be evolved, and there could be a plan with God. Definitely not an atheist. Don't really think religion is real or fake. I think you find God from within. Anyways, next question. Gus called me. He's waiting for you now. Oh, Zane yourself. Yeah, he thinks I look like Jesse from yeah, Zane, thank you for staying in character. I know you think I look like Jesse from Breaking Bad. Mammals are mammals, and we are mammals. What is this? Which means we are animals. It doesn't matter if we wear fancy clothes. Yeah, of course we're mammals. I agree with that. Well, no, that's where we're different. You can say we act on instinct. One of the things that separate us, you're funny, Zane. One of the things that separate us from other animals, though, is we don't act on instinct all the time. Now, I can't speak. It seems like a lot of females are emotionally driven. No offense to all you females in the chat, but most of the females I know are definitely emotionally driven. And it seems like most females have a hard time with logic and being able to separate their decisions from their emotions. So I think, at least speaking from a man's perspective, I do think man has the ability to not go on his instincts. You should have instincts, but you can also use your brain to think. So if your instincts say go this way, but then you use your brain to say no, that's a trap, we can rationalize and go against our instincts. So that kind of separates us. I think that's one thing that kind of separates us from other animals in the kingdom, is our ability to rationalize, for what that's worth. How many times do you spank it a day? 0. I spank it 0 times a day. I actually practice semen retention. How do I say this? I went on a journey of self-discipline, and I was smoking, I was vaping for a while. Years ago, I did a lot of recreational drugs. I've slept with hundreds of women. Some of them I paid for, some of them I didn't. Back in the day, I was a very naughty boy that indulged in a lot of things. So, as I got older, getting close to 40 now, I decided to take a spiritual journey to enlightenment. And that involved no alcohol, no sugar, like no processed sugar, no smoking, no vaping, no pornography, trying to dedicate myself to a craft. And I've got this whole program I've written for myself. And I can tell you, as the days go by, I can feel my qigong, my chi, my inner energy growing each day. My energy in the gym is stupendous. Even when I go low carb, I'm still doing hundreds of pull-ups in a workout. And I can tell you, it's actually changed my mind on a lot of things that I thought before were true. I used to think THC was fine if you drink it or if you smoke it. I used to think, hey, smoke some THC, but life is like a vibration. And if you're really low, then yeah, you can drink or smoke yourself up to a higher vibration. But when you can create that own internal vibration without relying on recreational drugs or not relying on anything else but your own mind, that's when you reach enlightenment. When you realize you don't need any of this other stuff, you really have this, something goes off in your brain. I don't know if it's your pineal gland that's stuck up here. I don't know what it is, but something happens when you do it. And once you get there, you will not want to leave. I'm telling you, you will not want to leave once you get there. What do we got here? All right, Cameron Casanova, thank you for asking, Rosalie. Please keep watching the stream and I will get back to you for the privilege of modding. Yes, guys, shout out to Cameron Casanova 97, my managing moderator. I always want to give props to Cameron because he is an awesome moderator. Also, guys, tomorrow at 3 p.m., Cameron, at 3 p.m., okay, I'm going to show you guys something real quick for you guys in the chat. We're going to have I'm going to try to do a collab tomorrow at 3 p.m., so let me come over here real quick. This guy right here. So, this guy in the chat, this guy right here. Guys, this guy is Glenn Wilkinson. Go check him out on IG. Cameron, if you want to reach out to him, feel free. Tell him Mind Music and Muscle sent you. He is going to be in the stream at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Glenn Wilkinson said he would give us 30 minutes or so. That's 8 p.m. in his time. He would give us 30 minutes to an hour for any of you guys that want to pick his brain on nutrition, how he stays lean at 55 years old. He's a philosopher. He's into fashion. So Glenn Wilkinson, his grindstone.foundation is his Instagram, right? So, yep, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. So again, tomorrow at 3 p.m., he is going to allow me to send him, I'm going to do a YouTube stream just like this, and I'm going to invite him as a collaborator, and I'm just going to pick his brain. Please, Rosalie, please subscribe, hit the notifications bell. Also, keep in mind, a lot of times, sometimes I'll play some original piano music. Any questions that you have on how to overcome addiction, how to become the better version of yourself, how to do mindset training. You know, I was just like a lot of y'all years ago. When I got out of the military, even before the military, I was homeless. I was living in a car. I was living in a car before I went into the military, right? So I was living in a car, working at a restaurant to get food, and working at a 24-hour gym as a personal trainer, because I've always been a personal trainer wherever I went, always trained people, always motivated people. Have a great night, Rosalie. And literally, I was able to pull myself up from that, go through the service, get an education, and then I got married. Everything was going great. And then boom, COVID hit. I lost 9 relatives in 2 years, and I got a divorce. So I know firsthand what it's like to claw yourself up from the bottom pits of hell and feel like nothing is going to work out and nothing is for you. And I can tell you, I figured out how to mentally prepare yourself for that. So I hope that even my younger viewers, if there's anything in this chat, if there's anybody that's rude, we will kick them out. I have my moderator here. I'll kick them out, but this is a good place to talk, okay? How many followers do you have? Oh, I only have like 600 or 700. I used to have a lot more. But basically, I had to rebrand after a business decision. So anyways, guys, this is kind of the studio where we have right here. You asked me if I read. Those are my books. This is kind of where you're seeing me over here, right through here. Right over through here. That's where I do a lot of my computer work. In case you guys don't know, you may not be able to see it because of that. But also, I got these cool lights, guys. These cool lights change. I can change them from my phone. Yeah, fuck COVID. That was true. So I always think great people don't be more celebrity. There we go. For sure. There's the Wi-Fi router that finally came in. Don't forget. Oh, I didn't put my sign up. No wonder something's off. I didn't put my sign up. There we go. Sometimes I like to play piano. I like some music over here. Don't forget, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Anyways, back over here. Okie dokie. Let's go maybe right here. Like, comment, subscribe. 1 second. Put that right there. Put that right there. That's probably better. All right, now we'll put back over here. Pop this over here. Maybe something like that. And we're back. There we go. There we go. No. And you live alone? Sorta. Sorta. I have friends that come and go. There's a large house outside of this, and we have a family property, and we all share it, and we all pitch in. And then, you know, depending on the time of the year, sometimes I rent it out and all that stuff, but, you know, all that good stuff. There we go. There we go. All right, let's see if that looks better. What is the price of the particle board where you live? It goes up and down, man. It goes up and down. What's that, Karen? You talking about like the OBS board or the particle board? What was it at the store? I mean, it really depends on where you get it, man. I outsourced and I pay contractors a lot of time to do it. Oh, what do you say? Play a little Country Roads for Aunt Linda. Ha! Aunt Linda? Uh-oh. Here we go, and we're back. Sorry, I had some chats come in. I'm using 2 phones right now, my bad. Damn, to tell you the truth, I really can't remember. I didn't put the OBS in a lot of times because I'm out doing other stuff. I paid someone else. He gave me a receipt. He used meth and blue crystals. No, Zane. No, Zane, I don't make meth in my lab. No, I don't. Damn, I just gotta say, I do have to admit, it's so crazy. My calves have gotten a lot bigger when I gave them about. My calves are kind of like an interesting body part. I think it's all that running I used to do when I was younger, but my calves always seem to grow so fast. Well, I don't know if you'd say I make music. What do you mean by make? I don't really do beats. What I do is I try to compose. What I do is I try to make simple chord progressions with simple melodies, and I am going to try to put that stuff on Spotify in the future. I think enough people have said that if I put my music on Spotify, they would listen to it. It was $2,000 plus siding and a roof. What square footage was that? That's pretty good. That's not bad. $2,000 for a roof and a side. That's not bad. Ursula? Do you have a business? Because that's also a tax write-off. That is a tax write-off, just so you know. I mean, if you're using 7/16, I think it came out to about $10 to $13. I mean, you could pay anywhere from $10 to $20 a sheet, depending on it. Does particle board off gas? I mean, I don't have any gas in here, so it's not really much of a concern. I would say probably not. Maybe. I mean, it's insulated and it's framed, but the outside is galvanized metal. I think it's some type of tin, so it's galvanized. So the outer layer is pretty strong, but the inner layer, I don't really care about putting something over the particle board because I'm kind of like, why? I kind of like the way it looks. I kind of like the way it feels. It feels homey. It feels like professional, but homey. Well, you can say Cam, calm down, but Cam is my managing moderator. Alrighty. So, there we go. So, do you guys have any other questions for me? Okay, subscribe and like. You like my little subscribe and like sign over here? That's kind of cool, right? Woo woo! Oh, these are a couple books and a couple knives. These are some rhinos, some other knives. Just some knickknacks, stuff I picked up. I've got a Constitution right here, a 1776. Also got a sword. When I was in Afghanistan, a priest gave me this hat. This is a hat from Afghanistan. These are handcrafted knives from an antler, a pure jade stone that has a rhinoceros. My grandfather was a demolition army man, and he was known as the Rhino. They always called him the White Rhino. So, because of that, I try to honor him. These are some stuff after he died right through here, a couple things there. He died during COVID, sad day. I got a sword from Afghanistan. I got some keys right here. These are the keys to life. This is the information I try to share with you. I got a guitar that I never play over there. I got a drink set right here. That's like a $400 professional drink set that you're supposed to have, but I don't drink, so, you know, just kind of some aesthetics on display, stuff like that. Folded flag in the case. Yeah, so that's a flag I flew in Afghanistan in TK, Tarankout. And essentially it's Operation Enduring Freedom. I flew 4 flags when I was serving over there and brought them back to the United States, man. So, yeah, you know, it just kind of reminds me of stuff I did in the past. Because every time I want to play music, I play the piano instead. I have a keyboard and a piano over there, a digital piano. The guitar is very scary, and it's so hard, and I just like the piano. Anyways, now I'm getting thirsty. I want to get something to drink real quick. Give me a second. I'm going to go into the house and get something to drink. Yeah, typically when I want to do something and I want to play music, I'll come over here. You know what I mean? And maybe play something over here. Like, I got another little camera over here. Something like this, maybe. Is there something here? Let's see. Maybe like that. Does that work? Does that look good? Something like that. Maybe put this over here. Oh, bam. Yeah, I live inside here, man. Shout out in the chat. How many of you think I live inside of here? Alrighty, put that over here. Alright, maybe we'll find something fun to play. Maybe I can figure out something that would be entertaining to play. Let's see. Oh, damn. That's not good. Pop this over here. Pull that back to there. Let's see here. And we're back in the chat. If I don't, I live in a 1980 trailer. Yeah, you're so right, man. You know me. You know me. Yeah, I live in a trailer, man. And even if I did live in a trailer, what would be wrong with that? Like the guitar. For some people, for reason, a lot of people like the guitar, right? This one right here. So let's say I take this up here and I go. Welcome to Zone Goat. Now the good part. You know what I really like? I like the ukulele. I had a nice, oh, here we go. like that. I don't know, guys. I just kind of mess around with sounds. I like strings. Like, I really like strings. Something like that. Do you read music? Oh, Cameron said that. Not very well. Not very well. I kind of play more by ear. You know what I mean? Or something like this, a little bit more peaceful. This is something more peaceful. I don't know, dude. I just play off the top of my head. I never know what I'm about to play. Anyways, Bruce Orsby vibes. Who's Bruce Orsby? Hornsby. I don't even know who Bruce Ormsby is. Should I know who that is? All right, chat. I'm thirsty now. All right. I am. Do I read music? No, but I do like the circle of fifths. I do like the circle of fifths. Anyways. Hello. Let me find some water. I need my other phone so I can see the chat. I do like the circle of fifths. What do we got here? Oh, you're young. Oh, maybe. I'm almost 40. Let me preface this by saying me not knowing who someone was does not really mean much. I think I've probably heard of him. But should I look up Bruce Hornby? That's cool. Anyways, let me leave my shed. 1 second. Pop the light on here. What bam? There we go. Hello. Help me. We're lost. We have entered the unknown. Yes, my friends, you come with me as we enter the unknown paradise from which all pain and suffering dwells. Let us enter this world. Just kidding. I have no idea what that means. Anyways. Thank me later. Okay, Bruce Hornsby. All right. Hold on a second. Here we go. All right, great job on getting it, brother. Yes, it has been good. Yes. Yep. Want to see what I eat? I'll show you. Watch this. You want to see what I eat? I'll show you on the camera. 1 second. Let me flip this sucker around. Chicken. Eggs, chicken. Any questions? And then a little bit of carbs here and there. That's my juice. Let's see. I'm looking at. Let's see. Yeah, looking okay. We're in the middle of a cut. What you got? What's up? What's the question? Yes. Trying to get lean again. So, what's the question? This is how you do push-ups if you want to build muscle. I'll teach you. You ready? You do it like this. Squeeze. Pretend you're putting your hands together, and you do it like this. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you keep the tension and you try to squeeze it like you're trying to bring your hands together, like you're trying to crush something, and then you keep the tension. That's how I train. Now, how many people do you see in the gym training with reps like that? Not very many. They're typically doing this. Or, that's not what I do. I do this. And you keep the tension. And that tension, that contraction is what puts the separation and delineation into physique. That's if you want to be aesthetic. That's how you do it. What's wrong with me, guys? Alrighty, back to the shed. Yes, I can swim. Oh yeah, I swim. I can swim. Hope you're doing well, Rick. Coast my home at home. I'm doing pretty well. Nobody. Nobody. He's a good kitty cat, but no. Let's see. For you guys who are in the chat, y'all know who Buddy is, right? Hey, Buddy, come here. Hey, Buddy. Come here, Buddy. You want to say hey to the chat? Hey, Buddy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good kitty cat. Oh, we got both of them over here today. Hey, guys. Yeah, boy. He's a good boy. Hey, Possum. Possum is 17 years old. She's old for a kitty cat. Hey, guys. Yeah. Got something on your tail. Hey, guys. What's up? Thank you. Yeah, I like my cats. Cats are amazing because, I mean, you can say what you want, but dogs are amazing, but I pick cats over dogs. Cats over dogs all day. I can't pick one or the other, I guess, but I guess I pick cats over dogs because you can leave a cat by themselves and they'll take care of themselves. When you have a dog and you want to travel, you know what you have to do? When you have a dog and you want to travel or anything, you always have to find a babysitter. So I like cats for their independence. Cats for their independence for the win. Unless you just always want your dog to be with you. I don't have to have a dog or something with me 24/7 in order to be happy. I create that own internal feeling from within. Anyways, okie dokie. So I think we need to put this here like this. 1 second, guys. And we're almost back. Ow! Well, that's not good. Give me 1 second. While I fix this. Okay. Okay, donkey. Chris, you are handsome. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for being kind. You think I'm handsome? That's cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. What on earth did I do? Did another piece fall out that I didn't see? What happened here? Well, that's not right. What if I take this out? Another piece fell. Oh well, it is what it is. What's up in the chat? You wrote many things. Oh, what's written on the wall? Oh, I'll show you that. Yeah, I'm always planning and writing. I do like to write a lot. What I'm concerned with right now is where this piece went. I feel like a piece just fell off that I didn't see. I kind of like this stand. I want to figure out where this little screw went. Huh. Surely that's not it. Anyways, what you got? I like the cats. Cool. Glad you like my cats. Glad you like my cats. That's cool. Huh. No, that's definitely a piece. A piece fell. I just didn't see where it went. Oh well, it is what it is. We'll fix that later. No sense, I'm not going to let you guys have me try to fix that on the stream. That's what I always tell you guys, man. When things happen, it's okay, man. Just accept it when things happen. I mean, I've got like all these different stands, you know what I mean? So it's no big deal. If something happens and it doesn't work out, it's like, okay, next. That's life, guys. Things aren't always going to work out. Things are going to break. Things are going to make mistakes. So what you got to do is you just got to like not let stress get to you. Anyways, let's try it like this now. Do 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 do. There we go. We have this here. I wonder if that'll look good. Think that'll look good in the chat? Let's see. Where's my other phone? Right through here. All right. We got something somewhat here. Okie dokie, artichokey. Okie dokie. Oh, Cameron, I didn't see what Michael wrote. Whatever. Uh-oh. Do I have it facing the wrong way? Huh? There we go. There we go. I was about to say, what's going on here? All right, should that be it? I do have a feeling that it's going to turn around soon. That's my dad's old scarf on your window. You think so? That's a dad's old scarf? No, that's actually a scarf. All those things you see hanging up, those are basically scarf. I don't know what you call them, but they're little pieces from China. When I went over there and visited, I picked them up. So I just put them up on the walls because I like colors. I like to also remind all you haters that I appreciate all the chat, so thank you. Keep all the hate coming. I love it. It's actually really funny to me. But if you're going to be a good troll, like if you're going to be a hater and a troll on me, try to be more creative, because when a troll is just like saying the same thing that's not funny, it's not really funny, dude. It's like, if you're going to be a troll, be a good troll. Make things funny. Make people laugh. Like if you're going to be a disruptive troll, at least make people laugh. You know what I'm saying? Are you a Swiftie? Never loser Rick. I'm from Florida, but I was Georgia for a year. Cool. Oh, yeah, no racist comments, guys. You like the OBS board? Thanks, man. Yeah, the OBS board. I mean, I kind of like it, dude. I just kind of like, it kind of gives it a, I can't really feel like it. I wanted to expedite the studio. And also, Cameron, yeah, we did get the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi box is over there. And I have the capability to put 2 Ethernet cables, which is really cool. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I like the prints, man. You can see right here. I'll share with you guys. You know, I got some pretty prints. Sometimes I like to stare at them. That was when I was in Afghanistan. That tourniquet saved someone's life. SPT 22. That's when I was married. My wife is gone now. There's a picture. You guys want to see a picture of me back when I was in the service? There I am. Old IDs, man. Look at that. Can't show you inside of them legally. Expedition, those are the people. These are the people I went to Afghanistan with. That's the team. Yeah. There's a coin with me on it. That's my name, Chris Whitehead. You see how it says Chris? See how it says Chris? Chris Whitehead. That was given to me by the captain and the commander he was a SEAL. He gave me that. There's my rhinos. Oh, what do you know? Constitution. Whoa, what's in there? That's gold. I promise you, somebody in the chat one time said they would come and steal my gold from my shed, my studio, whatever you want to call it. Now you guys got me calling it a shed. Anyways, I promise you, if you come into my studio and you try to take my things, I have security cameras around this entire perimeter. I'm in Georgia. I'm in Gray, Georgia right now. Try to come steal my stuff over here. Ooh, that'd be a bad day for you, brother. Ooh, that'd be a bad day for you. Anyways. Thank you for your service. Zero Cool, thank you for your service. Do you have books? I like books. Yeah. Thank you for your service. Now, why do you think I would have loaded guns anywhere? Do I really seem like someone who would have those? Anyways. I don't know. My brain is on the verge of an interesting breakthrough. Oh, somebody was asking me on the walls over there. The ADHD kicks in, right? No, the thing was, it's kind of funny because, oh, here's some pictures I drew when I was in China. I drew these when I was in China, some of them. There's a picture of a tree I drew. When I was on a boat in China, I sketched those. Might be easier to see them this way. Let's see, maybe this way. A few of these. I sometimes paint and draw. I sketch those on a pen and pencil. But anyway, somebody was asking me about the stuff on my wall over here. Yeah, I'll show you some cool stuff over here if you want to see. We have lights. We have cameras. We have action. All right. So yeah, I am kind of a fan of Dead. China would make a copy of us. He said I keep random ball bearing notes. Very good. What I have is I have cameras. I have 2 cats outside. They're not really going to do much, but I have cameras and there's a security system, and I have a chipper. So if someone comes within a certain radius at the house, it sends a signal inside and it goes chirp, and I can hear that chirp from in here. So if I hear that chirp, depending on how loud it is, it'll be like chirp or chirp, chirp. And also if someone opens a door or window, I have that. So unless someone cuts my security line, I'll hear them, I'll know. And I have cameras coming all up the street, so I think I'll be fine. So this is Lao Tzu. Welcome to the jungle! Woo! Yeah, man. I had to seek shelter here. There's a giant buffalo outside and a giant cougar. And I had to escape from him, man. So I had to find fortress inside of here. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh, you got any ideas? Can you come save me? So this is Lao Tzu, and these are a couple quotes. And Friedrich Nietzsche and I share the same birthday. We're both born on October on the 15th. In case you know who this guy is, we were born on the same day. Cameraman never dies, bro. Yeah, keep in mind, I found out that as soon as I took an oath of celibacy, uh, it's weird how the world works. The moment I stopped drinking, alcohol was free, and I still refused to drink it. The moment I stopped smoking, someone randomly offered me a cigarette and a cigar, a nice Cuban. The moment I became celibate, some of the most beautiful women I've ever seen tempted me. It's very interesting how life works. I don't know if you guys, let me know in the chat. Have you ever seen that? Cameraman is greater than God. Yeah, Cameron's funny, man. Cameron's got a funny sense of humor. For what it's worth, I appreciate Cameron. But yeah, have any of you guys ever had a situation where you try to give up something and then it immediately becomes available? I feel there's something with quantum entanglement, Schrodinger's cat, or something with that. But anyways, good disrespect equals ban. Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah, the pendulum of life. So I wrote this. This is something I always like to read. I always say, nobody cares, work harder. That's really something I truly believe. Not because I think it's necessarily always true. I never drank or have smoked. Really? You've never drank or smoked? Good for you, man. I wish I could say that. I can't. I drank a lot. I smoked a lot of cigarettes and nicotine back in the day. I lived in California for 7 years, and you know those Graham cartridges? You guys know what I'm talking about? I would smoke one of those a day. I used to smoke so much I would cough up blood. I would smoke so much to numb myself from the pain of my past that I couldn't face reality. And I would smoke until I coughed up blood, and I would still smoke, wishing that it would kill me. So I came through that to become the person that you see now on the streams, who doesn't drink, who doesn't smoke, who continues to try to teach others that it's okay and you can get through it. I didn't use religion. I didn't use anything. I used my own inner conviction and self-discipline to acquire that knowledge and that capacity. And thus, I'd like to help you guys be able to do the same. You can do it if you really try. So, now, this is Lao Tzu, and these are some pretty profound quotes. If you like a flower, you pick it. Actually, let's make this really fun. I got something the other day. I got a mask, okay, which I'll put on. I got this at a Goodwill for like $5. Tell me if this was a good $5 investment. No. Yeah, I got it for $5. So, anyways, if you like a flower, you pick it. If you love, key word right here being love, a flower, you water it. Now let's think about that. Let's think about that. I think that's a profound statement. That really sums up a lot of things that, I mean, that statement alone was one of the most profound statements that I think when I was reading philosophy, that was one of the most profound statements I ever found. Let's see here. I wonder if I can stick this right here and pop this up like this. And then I need my other phone so I can see the chat. I need my other phone. My other phone's over here. I use this other phone to see the chat. There we go. Here we go. All right. So, essentially, all right. So,
Woo. Huh. Your Uber's here, sir. That's funny. So, this is by Lao Tzu. If you're depressed, remember, it's a miracle that you came into existence. The fact that the egg and the sperm from your parents came together and you were created and you had the opportunity to experience life, it is a miracle in itself. So give more power to yourself. You can do it. If you keep saying it's hard to smile and you keep saying negative things, you're going to be stuck in a prison of your own mind, never loser. So instead of saying that, think, I'm getting better, I'm working on being happier, and start using positive verbiage to train your mind. That's called neuroplasticity. If you do that, you will make profound progress. I promise you that. So, if you like a flower, you pick it. If you love a flower, you water it. Knowing others is wisdom. Knowing yourself is enlightenment. You got to know yourself, guys. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. To the mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders. That's very powerful. When I was going through the toughest times in my life, one of the things that I could not do was rest my mind. So in order to rest my mind, I had to reduce. So in order to rest my mind, what I had to do is I had to get rid of processed sugar. I stopped drinking. I stopped smoking. I started getting into training. I lost 100 pounds, right? And during that process, I learned a lot about myself. I learned what I wanted. I learned what I didn't want. I learned what I liked, what I didn't like. I learned I had things I needed to work on. And a lot of it was really hurtful. Yep. Levels of depression. 1, rest, sleep. 2, contemplating on getting up, but not getting up. 3, getting up and takes. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's cool. I got nothing against that, Braveheart. Thanks for sharing. I think everybody's path is different. I think you just need to know your why. You got to understand why you get up in the morning, and you have to do self-discipline. You want to get out of depression? You probably have no self-discipline. If you're depressed, I guarantee you, you have some form of self-discipline that you need to work on. So, this is what I recommend. And thanks for sharing. Everybody's different. What you need to do is very simple. Very simple. Find self-discipline, right? Find self-discipline. It's pretty much as simple as that. Self-discipline comes in a lot of different ways, guys. You need to be able to control what you eat, control what you drink, don't smoke, control what you look, control what you see on TV, control what you listen to. And once you do that, you will be amazed at what the body can do. It will heal itself from within, but you have to want it. You have to want to do that. And if you don't want to do that, you're never going to get over depression. You have to make that leap. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be tough. You got to know your why. Yeah, but Braveheart, even if you're alone, that's a blessing. Being alone and having solitude is the best time to work on something. You don't need anybody else. What you need is something that's a why that gets you up. For example, if I wake up, I'll tell you what I do. If I wake up, right, and I think, man, I don't want to get out of bed today. Because just like you, I have those days where I don't want to get out of bed. So you know what I'll do? I'll say, you know what? I'm going to create something on piano. And what I'll do, let me make sure that the good Wi-Fi is on in here. No, it should be. And I'm not saying this is what you have to do, but what I do is I'll get up and I'll be like, you know what? I am blessed enough to know that if I cut on this piano, I'm going to express myself. A human being, man or woman, needs a way to express themselves. So then I don't even know what I'm about to play. I'm going to play a little pattern and I'm going to hit some notes. I'm going to write something. Everybody in the chat, Spontaneously, I'm going to write something from my heart to remind you that it's okay. It's going to be okay. I hit some wrong notes. That's okay. You may make some wrong decisions in your day. That's okay. Just keep going. Guys, I'm not trying to do studio quality production here, guys. I'm just simply streaming and sharing some music with you. If I wanted to make audio and studio quality sounds, look, I would hook up an audio interface, put it on in the DAW. But keep and understand that any musician that is worth anything, anyone that creates music, anytime that you can take simple music and use it as a medium to help others, nobody else is going to say something negative. So anytime somebody says that, you automatically know they have nothing to do with music, because any artist is going to respect another artist and their attempt to create an emotion, especially when that emotion is directed towards someone who has depression or doesn't feel well, because the purpose of art is to share and empower those who have lost some of their energy. That's kind of the purpose of music, in my opinion. And you can make all the beats and tell and program all the stuff you want. I have a $125 Casio keyboard with no external monitors over here, and all I'm doing is playing with my brain. I have one foot pedal. You want to really be a musician and you really want to like do something, right? What you want to do is you want to be able to authentically create something, right? And look, it's great. It's great to be able to play other songs like, you know. Let's see. There it is. Or just make up your own sound. Just to be able to play something, man. Upstate New York, not me. What does Luigs mean? It's GG, but Luigi. Oh, Minnesota. So we got people from Minnesota, people from New York. I'm in the state of Georgia, so I'm in the South, guys. I am in the South. What is one thing in the chat? I have a question for you. What is one thing that is holding you back from either getting to the best version of yourself, or what is one thing that's holding you back from reaching your ultimate potential? That's what I want to know, and that's what I want to go talk about over here. So that's what we're going to go talk about. I've made an executive decision that that's what we're going to do. At least try to, at least. Okay, let's see here. Well, bam. Put this over here. It's probably going to be easier if I just take this one. You put it like this. 1 second, guys. 1 second. There we go. Hyped for the delay live. There we go. Are you? Cool. Oh, right. And we're back. Okay. Slide this bad boy over here. And we'll slide this over here. All right. Hi, your Diddy boyfriend. Okie dokie. It's okay to be single. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being single, man. I love being single. I've committed to a life of celibacy. I'll tell you right now, you want to be happy. If you can't be happy alone, you won't be happy with somebody else. And your marriage, whatever relationship you have, until you can be happy and love yourself, you're not ready for a relationship. Your best relationships, people are going to come to you. You're not going to come to them. You may help someone and get a relationship, but typically, you usually find yourself working with someone with a unique goal, a common interest, and that's how you become friends. A lot of people think they have friends, but they really have leeches. And these leeches are just sucking all their energy. If you're always trying to help people, but they're never giving you anything back, they're not really friends. That's called parasites. That's what parasites do. Some of the people in your life are parasites, and you need to cut them out. Chris, you really 7'4"? No, I'm not 7'4", I'm 6'4". I'm 12 inches shorter than that. My answer is laziness. Ooh, let's talk about laziness. Hello, Cam. Aubrey, welcome back. Never loser, not gonna lie. Good to see you. I'm single. That's okay. Being single is a blessing. That's when you find yourself. Remember that. Chris, you really know. 6'4", brother. I'm 6'4", 220 pounds. Decently lean. I think I'm at like 14% body fat right now. When I'm in the gym and I start getting a pump, you can see lines in my shoulders, lines in my back. My abs are getting there. Yeah. How can you tell? Okay, Braveheart. Audrey, how can you tell if it's laziness or depression? Well, I think they're kind of the same thing. If you're depressed, you're going to be lazy, and if you're lazy, you're going to be depressed. So I think they're synonymous. The whole thing is, if you're lazy and depressed, you don't have a why. Because if you had a why, you wouldn't be lazy and depressed. Does that make sense? So what you got to do is you got to write out the most important. You get a sheet of paper and you start writing down the things that are important to you. And you try to put them in a priority listing like, what's most important to me? Maybe, for example, you wake up and you need to feed your dog. Maybe you have to feed your chickens like I do. I know if I don't wake up, my chickens don't get fed. So you kind of have to force yourself to kind of have some responsibility. Laziness comes from no responsibility. And if you can't do anything, make up your bed. First thing you do in the morning, make sure you make up your bed. Because if you have the worst day that's ever happened to you in your life, well, at least you get to come home to a freshly made bed and restart the next day. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of power in that. Make your bed. Braveheart, I'm 5'7". Okay. Nothing wrong with that. 5'7" is a great, great, great height. If somebody drops a $100 bill, you're the first to get it, man. You'll get to it. Somebody drops that $100 bill, you're going to get to it before I am. Maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty quick. You know what I'm saying? Anyways. Do I jump rope? I do like to jump rope. I used to do a lot of jump rope. I did that when I did mixed martial arts. I'm a big believer in plyometrics. So what I'll do is I do a lot of this while I'm resting. I do a lot of light-footed work like this. I do believe that jumping is really good for your body. In between sets, doing one-legged jumps and bouncing, you never want to feel heavy. You want to always move between your sets. You want to move your body. Plyometrics are great. You want your body to be able to move. Like if you just get strong without the ability to move, you're not going to age very well. So movement, push-ups, pull-ups, dips, hanging upside down, trying to do handstand push-ups, any type of movement is really good. And get stronger with your body weight and then lift the weight really slow under control and contract the muscle. That's what will make your body look different. If you're trying to look different, right? Yeah, Cameron's pretty tall too. Yeah, so just start doing basic movements. I am a trainer. If you're looking for a professional trainer and you have a budget, message me on Instagram. I'll write you a program. I'll write you to nutrition. I'll train you. Won't do it for free, but I will do it for a price and some money. Depending on your budget and your goals, I can actually do one-on-one video chats with you, and I have a gym out here with bands and stuff, and I'll show you how to train your body to look better and feel better. Now, if you want to be a power lifter or you want to be a professional bodybuilder, I mean, I can still coach you, but I don't really like to coach people like that anymore. I like to coach people to have longevity, get lean, and feel good about what they see in the mirror without taking it to an extreme. Yeah, you got to move your body. If you don't move your body, you're not going to feel good. Upside down? Yeah, I do upside down pull-ups. I have them on my YouTube. I hang from a bar. Uh-oh. Are we back? Oh, snap. I know what happened. I got to charge my phone before it dies. All right, there we go. Hooah. There we go. Well, bam. And we're back. Ooh, that was close. My phone almost died. Luckily, I put the charger in. All right. Stupid battery. Stupid battery. What are you doing? Oh, I didn't even know you were a trainer, too. That's cool. Yeah, so I'm a trainer, and I'm also a licensed insurance agent. So I'm an entrepreneur. So if you want to make good money, see, I'm a licensed insurance agent. You can see there's my license and all that. You know, you can see that for what it's worth. So let's see. Right through here. Licensed insurance agent, residency in the state of Georgia, Christopher James Whitehead Jr., expiration 8/4/2025, or 27, 10/31/27. Yeah, so I'm a licensed insurance agent. I get residuals when I sell policies. I'm a personal trainer, and I'm trying to get monetized on YouTube to show you guys the insurance business is the insurance business is a way that if you're ethical, you can make good money, but the system as a whole is kind of pretty bad. The system as a whole isn't really that good.
I got out of the insurance business because I didn't really like it, and then I started getting some. Uh, Basically, I started getting some people that were motivating me and inspiring me to be on YouTube. I started getting a little bit of a following. I've been doing videos for 12 years, but I had 500 guys. I had 500 subscribers. I had 500 subscribers for like 8 years. And all of a sudden, I started streaming, and then I got close to 4,000 now. So I'm thinking I should have been streaming the whole time because I'm kind of like ADHD, I'm imperfect, I'm OCD, and all this stuff. But I decided to, you know, get into what I call a spiritual enlightenment. And I have different phases and I feel different ways. But at the end of the day, if you stop drinking, stop smoking, stop looking at pornography, and you focus on doing things that's going to make you better and get you closer to your goal, you eliminate processed sugar, you get rest, you'll be amazed at what the human body can do. I'm not going to do an insurance channel. Yeah, well, help me, guys. If you're in the chat, like, comment, share, put the notifications bell. If you really enjoy the content that I put out and you want me to continue to grow, help me grow my channel. Because I've done told you guys. I've done told you. Once I get monetized, I'm almost at 1,900 hours, Cameron Casanova, 97. I'm almost at 1,900 of the 3,000 I need. Then I can get super chats, and I can get donations, and I can monetize, and I can take this to the next step. Then we can do a podcast. Tomorrow at 3 p.m., I have my first guest on a stream here. I literally have a guy who looks amazing. He's lean, he's shredded, he looks cool. His name is Glenn Williamson. Grindstone is his Instagram, grindstone.foundation. He's going to be in the chat tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, he's going to be in the chat. That's 8 o'clock his time, and we're going to talk about health and wellness and self-discipline. Please, guys, at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, if you're able to, please be near the stream. It's going to be the first time I've ever done a collab with someone outside the United States. So I'm nervous. I've never done one. I don't even know if it's going to work. But 30 minutes before, I'm going to prepare, and that's what you got to do. You just got to make it work. Figure it out. Make it work. I'm not the best one to talk about U.S. history. I'm still learning myself. I don't know what you want to know. Brave is wondering what time you think. What time to get up in the morning? I mean, the earlier the better. But also get up when you feel good. What time you get up? Hey, roll C. What time you get up isn't as important as that you get up at the same time every day. What you want to do is create a routine, right? Tap water? Well, I'll tell you this. If you're getting your water from the city and you're not filtering your water and you're getting a lot of fluoride, that's going to affect your brain. Don't drink so much fluoride in your body. I don't think a lot of fluoride is very good for the brain. In the U.S. is so bad in the U.S. What is so bad? The water? Well, it depends. If you have a well, it's not so bad. The water's not necessarily bad in the United States. Maybe in the cities, it's not great. But if you're out into the country like we are and you have a well, it's okay. We have a giant rock quarry down the street. We get all of our water from natural springs and stuff, so luckily. If you don't have that ability, I feel sorry for you. I don't really feel sorry for you. I have empathy for you. But get you a filter. Start filtering your water or boiling it. Boil your water, but even boiling doesn't get the fluoride out. If you boil water, or have you ever noticed if you're in a city and you use water with fluoride, how the plants don't always look as good as plants that don't have that? Like plants that get fluoride water don't look as good as plants with natural water. So if it affects plants that way, don't you think it would also affect humans that way? Fluoride is poison. There's a correlation between IQ levels and high fluoride consumption for the negative, just so you know. All right. Next question.
If 40 million immigrants illegally entered Japan, would Japan still be Japan? Of course not. America, like all countries, has a right to its identity, history, culture, and language. Hans Gruber, yeah, of course. I mean, I think that's fair. Yeah, you shouldn't have illegal immigrants in the country. You got to go through the proper channels. Sorry. I know it sucks, but if we let everybody in, then the country will fail. It will no longer be the United States. So, yeah, you have to kind of balance that. That's fair. I think that's fair. Luigi Rowe, have a good night. Luigi Rowe, have a good night. Yep, absolutely. Have a good night. Oh, boy. Poor life with all the benefits of New York, or rich life or Vegas. What do you prefer? Poor life with all the benefits of New York, or rich life on Vegas? Neither. I wouldn't want to live in either. I would rather live in an area where I can have some isolation, access to nature, and the ability to have technology like a Starlink and be able to play music. If I couldn't do anything in life and I just didn't want to do anything but one thing, it would just be sit and try to learn music theory and do my best to dedicate all my time to music and hopefully use that music to inspire others to also be creative. I just have this desire to play music. Like right now, I want to go over there and play my piano, cut off the stream, and go study. But I also have a desire and to talk to people and to get to know people in the stream and encourage you. So I kind of have cognitive dissonance. If I wanted to be a great composer, I would quit streaming altogether. I would cut this off and say, guys, I'm never going to stream again. And I'll dedicate all that time into playing piano if I was a really good composer, if I really wanted to take it truth. But for some reason, I have this feeling that maybe I can try to do both and split the time amongst the other stuff I do. United States, 50 for 6'4". Yeah, I'm about to turn 40, dude. Yeah, I'm almost about to turn 40. So, yeah, Braveheart, I think that's fair. I don't mind living close enough to the city so I can still drive in to get things that I need, because let's face it, if you try to homestead everything yourself, it takes a lot of time and effort. It's a full-time job. So being close enough to city so you can get some of their stuff if you need it, but then where you can also have chickens. Yeah, you gotta have chickens. Sorry, guys. Oh, been a 16-hour day. I've been up since 6 in the morning, so 6 to 6 is 12. That's 12 hours, 12, 34. Yeah, another 15 and a half hours. Another 15 and a half hour day. Yeah. I'm 23. You look so good. Oh, thanks. Well, I appreciate that. I'll take it as a compliment. So, yeah, I think Florida slows development, growth mentally. I mean, Florida's got a lot of nature. You got some interesting people in Florida. You know, I've been to Florida a few times. Let's see here. Whoever said you look so good, I'm 23. Well, look, if you want to look good and you want to continue to do your best and try to age well, don't drink, don't smoke, get your sleep. Don't look at the biggest thing that's going to affect your age. I know you're 20. Are you male or female? 46. I know Braveheart's female, right? Rob the Viking. He meant fluoride in the water slows. Oh, yeah. Oh, Rob the Viking. Welcome back, Rob. If that's what you're saying, yeah. It seems that fluoride seems to calcify the pineal gland, which is the gland inside your brain. That little pineal gland, when it's calcified, it's like a super little chip in a computer that is broke. That's what the pineal gland is. And when you decalcify it by a proper diet, exercise, sunlight, not as much fluoride, when you decalcify it, something opens up in your head. Some cultures call that your third eye. Essentially, it just makes you not be locked in and conformed, is what some people say. But what I find is it's just getting your brain to actually function the way it was meant to. We're kind of like a slave in our own way to the countries above us. No matter where we live, we're kind of, even me as a veteran, I'm still kind of indoctrinated somewhat to the United States, to where I want to defend my country, but I'm also a humanitarian that cares for people. So it's very complicated. But in order to get better, you have to practice self-discipline. You have to. You have to practice self-discipline. There's no way around it. No matter what you do, you have to have a form of self-discipline. Well, yeah, I mean, that's a tough one, man. I know that's a touchy subject, but illegals that are here hurting the United States and then having ICE go in and, find them. I know a lot of people are upset with that, but at the end of the day, they cut in line from people who are coming in here properly. So legal immigrants that came through the country the right way, they should be the ones pissed off at the illegal immigrants the most, because these are the guys cutting the line. They're cutting the line through the due process. I'm not saying the process is perfect, and I know it takes a while, but it has to take that long because there's so much crap that people have to go through. Hopefully the process gets better, but man, a lot of these people are cutting in front of people who are trying to become citizens the right way. Legal immigrants are always welcome in the United States, but you have to go through the right channels. What I mean cutting the line is this. Let me tell you. There's the proper channel to go through, and people are trying to go through the proper channels, and the people that are coming in illegally are cutting the line. They're getting into the country in front of the people who are trying to do it the right way, and that causes all sorts of havoc. Look, we all pay taxes, and there's only so much money going into that pot. And when people pull from that pot and they're not contributing, or they do tax-free, all cash, like when people do that, it really messes up the entire system. Now, if the government is not doing what it's supposed to with the tax money, then you can see revolution and revolt. That can happen. But if the government's using the money in the proper way, like the last Biden administration, there was hundreds of millions of dollars being sent overseas to foundations doing research on putting transgender operations on frogs. Now, do you think hundreds of millions of dollars should be sent to stuff like that? Or what about the 100+ daycares or 1,000+ daycares in the United States that receive funding that don't even have infants in their school? So what people are doing is they're exploiting all the money. They're exploiting just to get money. It's absolutely disgusting. That's our tax dollars. That's my tax dollars. That's your tax dollars. That's a problem. Do you want your tax dollars funding those things? Hell no, you don't. And that's why people get so pissed. Now, we're not toast. We can come back. It's not welcome. That is terrible to say. What is terrible to say? No, so if you look at biology, there's a bigger difference between height than it is pigment of the skin. So, yeah, I don't really think. Good watches have capacitors, not batteries. Unfortunately, God is the lithium miners to blame for California falling into the ocean. Huh? Let's see here. When California goes, Yellowstone goes, so we mined the fault lines and saw the lithium. Oh, well. Yeah, well, there's a lot of issues with that. You still need oil to run the machines to get the lithium, so oil's still king. America, yeah, I serve, brother. I'm all for the states. America's not perfect, but it still is the best country in the world. I just wonder if the only thing I wonder is if the United States is ruled by Israel. Sometimes I wonder if after World War II, the United States made a deal to basically get a high interest loan from the Jewish community. And then sometimes I wonder if Israel, as our ally, they are our ally, but they really put us in bad situations. I'm not convinced if Israel is really our ally or not. Like, I feel like they put us in some bad situations. Like, we're a big, strong guy at the bar or whatever, and they're antagonizing people to come mess with us. That's kind of the way I see it. Look up USS Liberty. Oh, you already know, Midnight Squirrel. You already know. I already know what you're going to say, Midnight Squirrel. Well, no, the gun violence is actually lower in the areas where guns are regulated. If you look at the statistics, the areas where gun violence is the highest is when criminals have guns and the citizens don't. You look at the blue states like in Detroit, and you look at the highly democratic areas, for lack of a better word, when states have guns and the citizens can protect themselves, crime goes away. In areas where criminals have guns, because criminals are always going to have guns, or areas where criminals have guns and the population doesn't, that's where the issue is, right? So, no, I'm all for gun control. No. You need to be able to have guns. You need to be able to protect yourself. You should be able to hold. The issue is the moral and ethical compass of the people. Do the people have the moral and ethical compass to not use their weapon to hurt others? Because criminals are always, there's always going to be bad people doing bad things. I'm sorry, that's just the way the world is. I don't like it, but if you take away the guns from the citizens, then now they're helpless against people with guns, right? That's what happened to the Indians. Indians had arrows, other guys had guns. You don't take away the right to defend yourself. You always have to be able to defend yourself. That's common sense. It's easier to get rid of guns than heal everyone's mental health. Thank you, Midnight. Siri shouldn't be here. Let's see. Rob is priceless. It's quicker. Well, the thing is the food, man. I think it's what people eat and what they're exposed to in the music and what they watch on TV. I think it's a combination of all those things, and all those things tend to add up in making people do some crazy stuff. Because when you feed people poison and you don't feed them the proper minerals, the brain doesn't develop right. People that live off vegetable oils and all this bullshit processed chemicals, their brain doesn't develop right. You need high quality fats, high quality proteins. You need sunlight. Like you need basic, there's like basic necessities that you need in order to thrive. And I feel most people don't have access to those basic necessities, which is really sad. It's very sad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure last time, and I'm not Google checking these facts right now because I'm not going to do that. I'm just going off my head. I don't have my guy here that's usually Googling for me, but if you were to Google it, I would be willing to bet that the areas where there's less, the areas, I want to say, I thought it was Detroit. Maybe it was another city. But the areas where guns were regulated highest were statistically compared to areas where guns were not regulated as high. And because it was an even playing field, essentially, if you have a group of people over here, there's bad guys. If you have a group of people over here, there's bad guys. The groups where the bad guys know the citizens have guns and they will fire back, they tend not to attack them. Areas where the bad guys know the citizens don't have guns and they can't defend themselves, they tend to exploit them. I mean, that's common sense. That's what criminals do. I mean, yeah, you could look at, Chicago, I forget. Yeah, I'd have to look at it. I don't know what the gun laws are in Chicago off the top of my head. It's kind of getting to the end of the day where I'm usually retiring or trying to read a book or something. Especially South Side. Everyone's equal unless it's sports or singing, and everyone loves the same. I don't really know what that means. Are you constipated? No, not constipated. Stolen intelligence has no human conference. Right. Show us your guns. No, I don't show guns on stream. They'll ban my channel. Are you constipated? No. All right, so now I think that's a good enough time for a stream. Thank you for the feet. I'll use them later. Oh yeah, my calloused feet. And yeah, my feet are calloused, dude. You can see my feet. You see the bottom of my feet? I have calloused up feet from where I used to run barefooted. I have calloused feet, dude. I walk around barefooted all the time. I have thick skin on the bottom of my feet because I do a lot of running. I run barefooted too. Yeah. Yeah, you sicko. Okie dokie. All right, guys. Well, let's see how long that was. I'm trying to do at least an hour stream from time to time for the sake. Oh, damn, we did 2 hours. Holy crap. All right, guys. Well, appreciate it. It's always a pleasure coming on the stream with you guys. I'll see you next time. And until next time, you guys stay good. God bless. Good night. Oh, don't forget, tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be doing a stream with a guy. Here's this guy here. This guy here, that's a picture of dinner. If you were wondering what I was eating, it was bacon and sausage all wrapped together, and boy, and eggs. It was yummy. But this guy, Glenn Wilkinson, is going to be here 3 p.m. in the stream tomorrow. 3 p.m. we're going to be doing a live, and we're going to be talking to him. So Glenn Wilkinson, he's got 303,000 IGs. I messaged him, and supposedly he is going to be here at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm going to pick his brain about why he works out. He's very lean, and he's going to tell us all sorts of stuff about himself. It's 9:50 here. Yeah, it's 9:50, so 3 o'clock Eastern Time tomorrow. Am I on the carnivore? I do a modified version of carnivore. I do eat more fats and proteins, yes, but I do also use carbohydrates strategically because I do hypertrophy training right now and getting leaner. I still feel the way I train, it's better to have better timed carbohydrates. But when I want to get lean, I'll do a version of the carnivore diet. What I'll do, I guess essentially, I'll do like steak and eggs, bacon and eggs, and do higher fats and proteins, but then I'll throw in some juices and stuff. And the reason I do that is because it keeps my glycogen kind of filled. So the carnivore works great. Is he your trainer? No, I don't have a trainer. I train myself. I'm actually a certified trainer. So I've been training people for 17 years. I train specifically longevity and health. So for me, I'm not against having a trainer, I guess, for some people, but I feel like I kind of know what I'm doing. I've trained 700 people in the last 12 years. I've made some money off of it. And I just don't think I need a trainer because I kind of know what I'm doing. I'm certified. I study nutrition. I've lost 100 pounds myself. And then, ow, damn it. When I was in the Navy, my job was to train people. So, is he your trainer? No. I thought he is a trainer of trainers. Oh, no, he's definitely good. And he's definitely someone that is smart, but he's 55. So he's over 10 years older than me. So he's almost 15 years older than me. So yeah, I would definitely pick his brain, but yeah. All right, come through here. I'm back here. What we got? You want me to train you? I'll train you. Well, if you want me to train you, it's pretty simple. You want me to train you? I don't know. Do I look like I know what I'm doing? I was in for 10 years. So. What you guys got? What you guys got in the chat? I'm getting ready to go get some sleeping book. Uh-huh. You don't know what's in that container that I drank. You assume that it's juice. You have no idea. You're presumptuous. Anyways, yeah, we have been doing low carb and strategically timing the carbohydrates. So if you're going to drink carbohydrates, you have to do it at a specific time. I kind of know when my body needs carbohydrates and when it doesn't. So, and I'm also cutting calories and staying leaner. So it's just kind of the process. Uh-huh. What are your thoughts on SARMs? Don't use them. I wouldn't use them. Stay natural. Don't use drugs. Don't use drugs, dude. Look. That's not bad. And I'm depleted right now.